Hey everyone, it's Overrock here, and with a gameplay video showcasing the Ares shotgun build and Aujin Avenger with the phase shift module, and also I will be sharing some views on why I think this phase shift meta is the best and also at the same time the worst broken meta of all. So I bet most of the people who are watching, you can't really name a meta which was well balanced and without any complication in this last 2 years. Especially ever since the modules were released, the meta became a lot more complicated and much more broken. Before that, it was only either the robot or the weapon, like once dash robots were the meta, then stealth robots, or either it was the weapon like shock trains. But then when the modules were released, it was no longer just about the robot or weapon, it also depended on which module you are using. So like the last stand is a must have if you want to create the most effective setup to get the best results. And then with the pilots, it became even more complicated. Now you need a good set of pilot skills. And also all these metas were really costly. Not all players were able to get them. And even if you could, like if you can spend 25,000 gold in getting 5 last stand, it was really tough to max them out. Same with the robots and weapons. So not everyone was able to get the meta setup. And it has always been that case. Only some are able to get a full maxed out meta hanger, while other gets outperformed and left behind in gameplay. But with this new phase shift meta, it's still broken, I believe. But the best part about it is, I've already said that, I know, but like it is just like every player can access it, so at least everyone is breaking the game together and no one is getting left behind. So that's the only one good thing and the best part about this meta. And everything else, I will put that on the worst list. Like it has made the game a lot more complicated. Because first of all, you can be invincible for 5 seconds, and even more if you use the pilot skill. Like I'm using one on this one, my Ares, so I get around 6.5 seconds of phase shift. So you can be invincible for that long. Well, you don't get to fire as well, but that time is enough to get out of any situation. And also when you activate that, you counter every single game mechanic or game feature that was added in last few years, like the lockdown, corrosion, suppression. So you can just counter everything. And also you can, if you use it on stealth robots, you can just escape the quantum radar. Like no longer in one-on-one, it's now just impossible to counter stealth robots. And they were already once a meta of the game. Like back then when Spectre was released, then few more stealth robots like Inquisitor, Pursuer, so they were totally ruling the game. But then Quantum Radar was added, so they kind of faded away. And then when this phase shift is released, they are back. So you see how this cycle is created and how things keeps getting more complicated. Like stealth robots are back, but with the new phase shift module, and so like this is kind of one of the worst thing. Well, one of the things can also be that it was not needed in the game. Like when we were testing, a lot of players, like most of them, I think from the comments I saw post on Facebook, Reddit, so not a lot of players were in favor of this module. But anyways, now it is in the game, so we cannot do much. All we can do is to, like, we have to use it, because if you don't, somebody else will. And if you want to stay competitive, you will have to use it eventually. So yeah, that's another worst thing. And like I've said this already, but I will say it again. Like it has increased the need of using power cell mode. Now like whenever someone use quantum radar for your stealth robot, you might need to activate this. And when you are using quantum radar, someone can activate their phase shift to counter. So like the use of power cell has become even more. So you might now you may run out of power cell more easily. So that's another thing that I will put in the worst thing list. So in a nutshell, I feel like this is breaking the game like any other meta, but at least everyone has access to it, and it is not costly. Well, costly in terms of power cell, but at least everyone can access it. So yeah, and in this gameplay you can see an example how already stronger robots can become even more stronger, like this 80s. I made a mistake here, or otherwise I could have survived even more longer with this one. I should have, moved to the right side, but I tried to take cover from the left, so that was my mistake. But I think it shows enough how powerful you can be with the module. And in this gameplay, not a lot of enemy. I don't think even a single enemy I encountered had this phase shift module. But in other games, I have seen a lot of player using it. So I don't think it will take some time, I guess, for everyone to realize like this phase shift is actually is the best one right now. So yeah. And I think this is a replacement for the frequency shifter. That was another module which was never released. We tested it a while ago in test server. So it used to create a dome around your robot, and inside that dome nobody could fire from outside, and whoever is inside the dome could not fire outside. So like it was kind of like this phase shift, but since that was never released, I think they released this one as a replacement with similar idea, but that one had a counter, like you could see inside the dome with a quantum radar, just like you see a stealth robot. But this phase shift here that is right now in the live server, like this one has no counter. So maybe in the future they might release something which will counter even this module. So like, yeah, it will keep going on. So anyways, I think I said everything I wanted to. Like, I was thinking all of that while playing this game. Since I was dominating the whole game with Ares and Aujun, which were already stronger before the update, and now they are even more after using this new module. And they I'm sorry, like the pronunciation. So yeah, they nerfed the Ares in this update, but like you can cover it with this phase shift. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show, and I wanted to share with this video. So I hope you enjoyed it and you got the point I wanted to say in this video. So yeah, that was the gameplay here, and let's check the scores. The match duration was around 7 minutes, I guess. So we did 2 million damage, 1 million almost silver, and I was only few more OXP left behind to level up. And if I switch to this menu, this battle result, you can see one of the player actually left the game from our team, but still all 5 of us were managed to win the game. So yeah, it was a good one, and it shows like with the Ares, Aujun, and then phase shift. So yeah, I guess I'm just repeating myself. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you did, please don't forget to drop a like, and if you want to support more, you can subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to hit the bell so you get all the notification and more recommendation of my videos in your home feed. So that's all for this video, and I guess I will see you in my next video.